Stacia Underwood Gullett is attempting to help spirits cross to the other side. Pay especially close attention to what appears to be orbs with intelligent movement throughout the course of this segment.
Không rõ. Well, above my head again. I might pull it off. Oh, there's nothing in there.
Welcome to a world of questions, a world of curiosity and hope. It's a real world where things aren't always what they seem. Over the next little while, we will attempt to help heal, give hope, and make contact with the people that we miss and love. We invite you to join us. There is more to this life than anyone realizes. Using scientific tools, faith, and hope, we will reach out to those that we've lost and still love. while always realizing that this life continues well after we are gone from this existence. While this is for entertainment purposes, it's very real. These are the Gatherings Contact. And we're glad to make contact with you this evening. Hope that you're having a good day. Hope that your Monday was doable.
Not a normal Monday.
No. I don't know if there is such a thing as a normal Monday for us.
Yeah.
It seems like, the great, awesome, mighty plans go to hell in a handcart in a matter of
That's the truth.
3.5 seconds. And of course, that I think, that happens to everybody. So welcome in to the Gatherings Contact, brought to you by exclusively by Patreon members. If it weren't for Patreon people, we couldn't do this. We've told you that.
Yeah.
And we've put a link up in the chat room for you to join Patreon, and we will do so again. Patreon. Sorry. And I thank every single Patreon. But I've always said this, and I stand by it. The most important thing that you can do is actually tell people about it. And apparently, look, I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. And Stace had asked me, she had messaged me and said, "Hey, are we going live tonight at 8?" And I said, well, actually, one other person had asked me, it was Brooke. And I said, well, I don't know. Really hadn't thought about it or hadn't planned on it, whatever. And Stace asked, and I said, yeah, we can do that. And then another person messaged, Christine, and then another person, and then another person. And I was like, I guess we're going live. So as long as you guys want this, we are happy to do it. Because really, the only thing anybody took me away from was watching the new MacGyver, which is pretty kick-ass. But I was
We haven't seen it yet.
when I was a kid. I mean, when Richard Dean Anderson was playing MacGyver, I thought it was pretty cool. And,
that was a good show.
Yeah, the new one is just as good or better. It's great.
We got to check that out. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh gosh, it's awesome! It's streaming on Paramount Plus.
All right, got it.
Really, do what, honey?
I've got it, so we'll watch it.
Oh yeah, you got to check it out. It's cool. Really, what the Gatherings Contact about, if you're a first-time person that's watching, is we've got the gatherings, and that's pretty intense. This is, it can be just as intense, but it's really intended to be a little more lighthearted. It's a lot of conversation between Stace and Lloyd and I. Glad to have you back, Lloyd.
Thanks.
Wow. Lloyd's back here next to the dolls. He
is so glad to be on this side of the desk.
Oh yeah, I can tell he is. He's jump for joy, hip hip hooray. But it can be very intense, and of course, what we're going to do here in a second is fire up with Stacy's okay. Is fire up the box. But before we get there, let's talk a little bit about the Haunted Doll Tour coming up. We got next month in Bertha County at the Public Library. And that's pretty easy to find. It's pretty much in the heart of downtown Jackson, I think. And Estill County, that's in July. And this is really a great chance for you to come out, have fun, and learn about these dolls, because Stace has just acquired a new one. And look, I don't get creeped out easy by this stuff, and I'm not going to say it creeped me out, but it did kind of creep me out a little. What was the doll's name?
Lars.
He's
from Germany.
Okay. And do you have Lars nearby so you can reach out like AT&T and touch someone?
He's actually right here. Yeah, I think he
see him.
really, really like to reach out and touch somebody.
Yeah. Show them the hands.
This is Lars. And he's been known to be a pretty bad boy. He has very human-like hands that actually move.
Look at Lloyd in the background.
He has...
I want to be hashtag scared Lloyd and scared Chris.
I don't know. You really probably can't tell. He has
Very
a sort
authentic.
of skin. He's
Hmm.
not like my others that are, composition and things. He has skin. And when you touch it, his skin, your fingers can stick to it. He's very, uh, all this it feels just like skin. So that's why he has hands, and you haven't seen the feet yet.
Mm-mm. No, I've not.
Do you wanna?
Yeah. Lloyd in the background going, no, 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 no. Okay, that's just like a whole other. Oh, oh
So
Lord!
like if you
It looks
touch
like a
him,
ham. It looks like a hamster in Saran wrap. Okay.
yeah. If you touch his little legs and his little feet, they are like skin. So
Okay, what's really creepy right now is he's bent back like Linda Blair in The Exorcist.
right.
What a lovely day for an exorcist.
So he has came with his little pants from the 1900s on his little self here.
Is Lars going to be at the
He is. He is
yeah?
coming, and we've
That's cool.
actually got him yesterday. So I've only had one night to watch him to see what
Mm.
he does. And
Anything
so
good?
far, he's came off the table twice. Actually, once whenever you first came on too.
Yeah, yeah. Before we actually went on the air, you and I were speaking, and
Yep.
yeah, Lloyd had to pick
He's
him up for you, and I was
he's
like,
came
oh,
off twice on me tonight. So
okay.
we're gonna fix him right up here,
Okay.
and hopefully he won't fall anymore.
Mm.
But if he
This is
does,
going
you
to
all
be
get to see it.
interesting. Now, tell me, when people, where is it going to be at in the library, or is it just something that they can walk in and they're going to know right off the bat?
Um,
There it is.
well, now the libraries that I've been to so far, they have an area where they do events. So it'll be the area where they do the events at in the library. So
Okay.
we get there, we set everything up, and when I set all my babies up that I take, now I won't take everything. I don't take all of them because, like I told you guys before, there's a few that we don't want to show because things that have been said and they have been done about them. Those are blessed and put up.
You're talking
And
about
so we
evil
take a
ones.
few that are safe, and then I will put beside them a note describing their name and their backstory. Which the backstory, they each have something a little different. Some of them are very similar, but it's taken right off their file and telling what the family or person that owned them said that was done, said that they had done. I'll put that right up front there, and it'll be right by their feet where you can read their story as you go through. And then if you have any questions, I just go through and talk about it a little bit, tell them what we do, tell them about our show,
Hmm.
um, and invite everybody to come and watch us. And just go through all of them and let everybody check them out.
That's what I was going to ask if there was like a presentation of some kind, and I think, yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. I look forward to it. I think it's going to be definitely a
Yeah,
learning
we really
experience
had
for me.
fun.
Yeah,
We
and
had
that's
fun.
what it's
Last
all
time
about.
we had a lot of questions too. We had probably
Well, I'm
an
sure.
hour's worth of people with questions.
I'm sure
So
you
that
did.
was
Absolutely.
fun.
Absolutely. And all kinds of questions. And of course, how people can get a hold of you. Um, yeah, I just look forward to it. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And I
Yeah.
definitely think it's going to be very interesting. And of course, we're going to learn something. We're going to learn a lot. Um, so yeah, we really look forward to that. So tell me, before we got on tonight, in terms of the Ovulus or Spirit Box or whatever, how active has it been? Or
Today it's been really active, but it didn't start getting active until about an hour ago. But it started throwing out names, and of course it did that a little bit last week for us too. But tonight it was names right after the other. So
so about an hour before we went on, almost
about
like
an
they
hour
knew,
it started going off loud again. Like, hey, pay attention to me.
almost like
We
they
want to be
knew,
heard.
which is exactly my point. They did know. And yes, I do have my name change in the screen there. It says Shankopotamus.
Awesome.
Shankopotamus is slang for a guy who couldn't play golf if his life depended on it. Well, that would be me. So don't laugh. I almost hit your uncle in the head in my freshman year with a golf ball. I guess it was
Oh,
your
it was
uncle
great.
Nelson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost hit him in the head fighting Yield 4. Been bad times. Could have been a police investigation going on up there at Johnson Central. So, anyways, we welcome everybody in, and we'll say hi to some folks in the chat room real quick. See, we got Barry in there, Stephanie and Maddie, Helen, and looks like, of course, Lloyd. And those are just some of the people participating in chat right now. It always grows as we move through. And I don't think Christina. Yeah, and we do advise everybody to watch it on YouTube. It's a lot better. Christina said that. It is a lot better on YouTube because number one, you can get in the chat. Number two, it's got a cleaner picture. Number three, for some reason, this is having to do with the chat. Facebook has decided that they don't post things in the chat for whatever reason on some of them. But YouTube, it's wide open. So it's been coming for a while. We're getting rid of Facebook at some point pretty quick, and it's just going to strictly be on YouTube. Exactly where you're watching it right now, it'll be the same place. So we look forward to seeing you on there too, because obviously
On YouTube.
that's the place to go. But yeah, on YouTube, you get full access to all the chat and all of that stuff. And most people are watching it now on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I'm looking down through here and I'm seeing YouTube. Almost everybody's YouTube. And that's the best place to really watch it. So without that, and if you are happen to be watching it on Facebook, you can send me a message and I'll get to you and give you a link. It's youtube.com/the @ and then all one word, Chris Sloan Media. And that's where you'll find Stace and Lloyd and I on here Monday evenings and Thursday evenings. Of course, Thursdays we're at 9:00. Mondays we're at 8 because we know, Thursdays we're already kind of going from the week and we're built up. We've already got that momentum going. Monday, it's kind of like a fart in the wind. It really is. It's kind of like everybody's just trying to get going again because we had a couple of days. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with it, Stace. And Steph said that Stacy's the doll tour is a couple of days before Maddie's birthday in June. She can't wait to come see her
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
Her baby.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Definitely.
Yeah, Maddie's getting she's getting a doll, isn't she?
She'll get to come over and meet her baby doll that we've let her adopt through the show. So, but I think that usually I don't let anybody touch them because of
Lloyd, what's your opinion on this?
All of the hype, but I'm gonna let Maddie hold her if she wants to.
What do you think?
That's one less doll Lloyd has to worry about.
That is his least favorite doll.
Which one?
So
is she
yeah, he's got no problem with that. Ariel's right there in the middle on the top. That's his least favorite, so he don't like holding her anyway.
Okay. So is my Jenny and Elsa doing okay?
Yep. Elsa's back there backing me up like she always does.
Yeah. Elsa's cool. Oh God, look at her. She's so beautiful.
She protects me, so.
Yes. Elsa is I just get this really warm feeling from her. And I love
Lars. Did you hear that? I said she protects me, and the voice says, from Lars. Wow.
Oh, hell no. So, all right, let's go ahead and get it rolling, girl. You've got everything lined up there, so we begin.
That was not what I wanted to hear.
No.
Miss Elsa.
The only other Lars I know is Lars Ulrich from Metallica.
Yeah.
And he
That's
is just
funny. We were just talking about him a minute ago.
Yeah, he's awesome.
When he had that big mullet.
Yeah.
Did say go get Chris? Chris is here with us. Let me pull this down and I'll put it over here by the.
Okay. Now, anybody in the chat room that wants to try to make contact with somebody that they've loved and lost, you're more than welcome to come through. Best thing that you can do is think about that person. Have thoughts, memories, especially the memories that make you smile, the memories that make you laugh. Those are great ones. So I would not be a bit surprised if I heard from my dad or Trevor tonight because this week we talked about him a lot, especially Dad.
We have, we really have.
Yeah.
And that always helps, guys.
Make sure Ariel leaves Lloyd alone. So it's from Steph or Maddie 1.
All of them.
Yeah. She never seems to bother anybody. I love her. Yeah, I'm going to let Maddie hold her if she wants to try it. I guess you can't see the spirit box. All right, Lars, you're going to have to move, little baby. Can you see it now? It's too dark over there. All right. All right. So what were you warning me about, Lars? Good Lord. Okay. He just don't want to sit up. Never. Is there something you know about the doll that I don't know about? Can you tell me about that? Anybody? Ohio. Love something. Does anybody want to come through for our Patreons tonight? Everybody in our chat room. That same woman's voice has been coming through. To the woman, you've been coming through quite a bit. Can you tell me who you are? Can you tell me who you're coming through for? Because why were you telling me names? Do I need to write those names down? Is there a reason that you were telling me all the names that you did? Are you going to answer me with music notes tonight? A little bit. Turn it up a little bit? Okay. How's that going to help me? You have something to tell me loud and clear? Chris, did you?
He probably did.
There's a good chance of it. So
That sounded.
okay, just out of nowhere, it just clipped and stopped. Now we just lost connection with Stacy.
I saw that.
And she's back.
You know what? It keeps saying problems, having problems.
Well, on this end of the studio right here, I'm showing full signal strength on both your studio and mine. Is there a lot of, there's a lot of wind behind. I'm looking out the window right there.
Oh, yeah. It's been like that for about 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, so that could be. I mean, the
Okay,
first thing I'm always
I got
going
an
to jump
internet
to.
booster too. Let me plug the internet booster up real quick.
Okay, the first thing I'm always going to jump to is going to be something like something that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, some kind of a logical explanation. Could it be paranormal? Yeah, it could be, but that's not going to be the first thing I jump to. The first thing I'm going to think of is if you look back there at Stace's window, that tree was blowing pretty heavy. So more than likely,
A booster.
that's what it was. So maybe that booster will help some. I know the wind has been a factor here today, but it's not been crazy. So not like I'm sure it has where you're at, where there's a lot more flat land. Okay, we lost her again and get her back again. There we go.
I'm out and in, out and in.
Okay, yes.
Got it?
Yep. Yeah, well, you're pretty solid now. So
Okay, I got the pod hooked up, and here's the extra pod. So
okay, so maybe that'll help some.
Let's
That's great.
hope, Lord. It just pops up an orange thing says, "Oops, you're having problems with Restream something."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your
Hey,
signal is intermittent.
gotcha. There's a lot
Would
of
be
stuff
my
going
guess
on here
anyway.
too. Let me tell you.
That would be my guess. So
Can you all tell me who you're talking about? What is it?
Camera.
Did the camera go down?
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
I'm showing you guys. You're on air.
something just knocked our camera over.
Oh, okay. That probably wasn't the wind.
Uh, okay.
Weird.
All right, everybody, step back
Well,
away
she gets
from my
Lars
TV.
in here, and all of a sudden, hell on handcarts break loose.
I'm telling you, ever
I
since he's
know.
been in here making his little,
Debut.
Lars, please behave yourself.
you see who his little friend is over there.
Hmm.
That's right.
Keep him in line, Jenny. Please.
Can you
So
tell
when
me
it
who you had a
clicked,
message for?
yeah, it had said Chris, but there's a million Chris's out there.
Yeah, it said it twice. Do you have a message for Chris that's with me right now? Brother. Is
Hmm.
Chris your brother? Yes. What did you want to say to Chris? He can hear you. The one in the background's like I said, I know him. I know him. I knew him. Yeah, I heard the whispering too, Helen. I was trying to listen to that, and then it came through and said something over top of it.
That kind of happens frequently too,
It really does.
If
but I
anybody's
can't make
listening,
it out.
Yeah,
I was going to say, if anybody's listening on headphones, if we don't hear anything or if you hear something, let us know.
yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Oh, there's our State
AT
Farm.
or State Farm. Yep.
There's our State Farm person back.
Great. Jake's
I'm
in
telling
before
you,
long. If somebody pops up in the chat room named Jake,
we have got to figure out who that message is for. You are so happy. You were so happy. What fell? What was that?
I don't know. Something like that. Maybe something trying to jump on me, I'm sure.
Well, it hit the floor. It didn't hit you, so you're good.
I heard something hit the floor.
I've got to do some investigative work over there because if it's a doll or something, I need to check. Look over there behind you. Is there anything going on?
No, I mean, it's solid. That one's, that head there.
Okay, something just said, "Look at me."
This is, okay.
Okay. Did you just tell me to look over at you? Who am I looking at? Can you tell me anything about Lars? Do you know something I don't? Tell me about him. Where's he from? I'm not going to believe you until you tell me where he's from.
Mm-hmm.
Did that just say Auschwitz?
Auschwitz. That was a concentration camp.
And then there's that whisper again. From home.
That doll was manufactured in the early 1900s. It'd be old. It'd be easily old enough to be.
Barry. Do you have a message for Barry? Or is that your name? Barry. Can you tell me if you were talking about Auschwitz? Because if we're touching on that, I definitely want to hear what you have to say.
It's a tragic subject.
Oh, it is. So, something said so angry from it. We were beat. Can you come through and tell me if you were there? Yes. Can you tell me your name? To the man that keeps whispering the answers to me. Can you tell me your name? The child keeps coming through now. It's like a child. Okay, that was a different language.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me where you're from? If you will talk instead of whispering, we can hear you better. Does this doll remind you of one of your dolls? Can you tell me? That's something. Are you the person that made the doll fall twice?
I love to know what that whisper is.
One's in a different language. I can't understand what they're saying, but they're saying word. Can the little girl come through that's been talking to us? We're about to. Can you come through and let me know if you're every once in a while? I died on the job. 5 down. Did someone put 5 people down? Mayday. Mayday? Can the little girl come through again? We would love to hear from you again. See if we can help you. See, this is not just helping us. We want to help you too. Can you get the little girl for me? We're called W. What are you called? W. Sammy. Sammy. Is your name Sammy? Or Samantha? Can you come through for me? Because all of us here would like to help you tonight. You came through last week asking for help. If we can help you in any way, you know we will. And that's something every time I open the portal that I remind you all. If we can help you, we will. Hi. Valerie?
So bad.
It was so bad. Can you tell me what was so bad?
That's great.
4 Chris again. That makes about 3 or 4 times we've heard that. Do you have a message for Chris? Sound like Ansel.
What's that, yours?
Love you. That was plain as day right there. Who are you sending the love you to? Can I tell someone for you? Can anybody make that name up? Sabrina. Hey, State Farm agent, can you help us?
So even though
Do you like that song? Me? To the little girl named Sam, are you still there? I can hear him there. Either it said Mills or Camille. Can you tell me if someone there is from Germany? I heard what you said earlier. Did that just say Lars? Yeah. Lars, yeah. Help me. How can we help you? What line? This one? What's wrong with it?
Can't see one.
Okay. I'll try it this way. Does that look better? Okay.
Hey, you're right beside his face.
What is it?
His face.
I know. I told you when I first got him in and first started looking, it's just like skin. All of that is. Don't fall backwards on me, sweetie. Poor little thing, I swear. Now it's just like he don't want it. It just falls.
structure.
Structure. Do you have a message for anybody that's here with us? For Helen or Steph or Barry, Charles, Christina? Yeah. Somebody just whispered, yeah. I'm going to listen if you'll tell me the message.
Well, correct.
Can you tell me what happened to you? Exactly. I'm going to ask you all to help me with this new doll. Can you all tell me anything about him? What is it?
Is it weekend?
It's like you said, she turned him around on the bed.
Sister said she's heard a different whisper.
Yep. There's about 3 whispers now. You're welcome to talk. You don't have to whisper. State Farm is there. Were you a State Farm agent? I'll switch. There it is again. Can you tell me why you keep saying I'll switch? Is there a reason? You needed him? You need him? One against something and from the 50s? Golf? There's the whisper again. Of course. Man down. I keep hearing all these military terms tonight. I've heard SOS, man down. Have you noticed that? Matthew. There's Matthew again. Don't know if Charlotte's on here. I'm from somewhere.
I believe it.
Beth. Dawn. That's the first time I heard that one. Do you know someone named Beth or Dawn? You sound like an old woman right there. Mom. If you have a message for someone, can you tell us? That's a new one. You telling me? It's like I said, Ellie. In a whisper. If there's a military person here, can you come through and give us a sign? I hear you repeating the military terms. So I am hearing you. Were you in the military? Did you hear that guy say yeah? Yeah. Help. Please. How can I help you? Something survived a minute ago. Did you hear that one? I can hear you saying help every so often. Armory. Armory. Can you tell me why you're saying all the military terms? You say, yeah. Can you tell me the reason? Can't figure it out. For the military person, are you still there? We would love to know what to call you so we can help you. I also had another question for the spirits. Can you help us find some of the lost people that are from Prestonsburg, from Floyd County? Can I get a spirit guide to help us? What?
Said I heard lost.
I would love to help find them. Could you all help us with any of that? They don't keep saying mom. Earth. I think one was Krista and one was Candy. Was that the two? He said there's another one. Can you tell me if they've passed away? What did he say? Me. Love you. I heard that. She was. What was that last word?
Dossier.
Before that, she was something. That was a question we had them on Patreon last week. Smith. Did it say Charlie? Go something. Charlie? Yep. I think that said something Charlie. Brother. Then there's the kid that's laughing. Something prove it.
You know,
Can nobody help us? Krista is here. Did you hear that? That was plain as day. Krista is here. I need to rewind that and listen to that.
That's what it said.
Krista is here.
Yeah.
I thought that's what I heard.
Can she come through?
Can we get her to come through? I've heard it 2 or 3 times. So Krista and stuff. Can she come? Yes. Can she come through for us? If you could come through and say your first name and let us know it's you, please. They keep repeating what we're saying. You hear them? Krista. Can she come through? If you say she is there, can we speak with her? If you're there, Krista, can you come through and tell me?
No, Stephanie.
Right. What is it? Is it all moving?
Stephanie wanted to know if they were moving Lars's clothes.
Oh, I'm over here on the other side of the camera.
I ain't touching it. There's nothing.
Can you come through again for me? I thought that you said help me. If you did, could you come back through for me?
Oh, God.
Said the clothes was moving.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Okay.
What
Which
more?
which doll? This one or that one?
Lars.
Okay, I'm literally 12 inches away from, and I know I would have seen. I didn't see anything. How did I miss that? Probably when I'm trying to channel and I have my eyes closed. Can you move that doll for me again? Well, I'm going to sit here and watch this. Can you move
I thought it
that?
said brace yourself.
It did. Can you move that for me so that I can see you do it?
No.
Did you hear that little voice that I'm here? To the girl that said I am here, can you please tell me your name? I've heard 2 names. Somebody's singing for us. Oh, I'm over here in the lot. What did he say?
In the lot. Well, that's what it sounded like.
See what I can do. I can make the light on the camera actually come through, so that back one doesn't have to be on there. Hi. Can you move the doll for me? I seem to have missed you doing that.
I was hoping I'd miss it all night.
If you want to go back over on your other side, you can. Doofus. It looked like someone took a bottom corner of his shirt out and held it out. Bottom corner of the shirt. Okay, let's see. See, if anybody touches him, he will just melt, poor little feller. He's having problems tonight.
He's short, a smart sneller.
We got to do some work on him. His little neck. His little neck is.
We can hang him outside.
No, I love him. What did I do? Is that what I said?
Thought I said, but in my youth.
That could be what it was too. It sounds more like that.
What's that?
Hey, Jenny, can you move the baby? Were you trying to push him off of you? No. She said no. I did. Can somebody move the baby's clothes?
No, that's okay. You don't have to.
If you move his clothes very, very lightly, he's going to fall. You something. You. Can anybody else come through and help us with our questions? I said, what was your question? Or does anybody have any messages for anybody in the chat with us? Let's see. Helen says, Mom, Dad, Betty, Beth, and Bessie, I love and miss you all very much. That's for Miss Helen. Could we hear something come through for her? Here, he said. Two men. Are you singing for us? Thank you. We appreciated that. Sally, I heard Sally. That one just said shit. Thank you for singing that. It sounded really pretty.
Waiting on the State Farm jingle to come through.
Yeah. I don't want you saying shit. Okay, Mr. Potty Mouth. Good talk. Did you hear that one? Jack. Mike. It's like I said Wes or something.
What a nasty little boy.
Keep saying shit. Shit. John, Betty. Oh,
What the hell?
every time.
That's Jake from State Farm, bro.
Thank you, Jake.
Well, she's hideous. Well, yeah, she's a he, so it's well, you can't tell the difference. So okay, I just saw the dress move.
You're joking.
No, no. Yeah, if you're looking at the picture from the view of the camera, it was on the right-hand side from that last crease visible up. Down, 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 right in there. Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'm just telling you, that right there was sexier than a duck in a sundress.
Mm-hmm. I'm missing out on all the fun tonight.
Well, it kind of set me back a step or two when it happened.
I'm going to have to take a step or two to the bathroom.
I've told you.
To the face.
This is where it moved earlier.
Said something to the face.
News.
This is where it moved earlier.
Against present.
I thought I heard your name come through.
I did too.
Mike.
It sounded like Lloyd. Yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't tell you.
They've got your number, Lloyd.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
So if you all can tell me, is Lars a haunted dog?
Right, yeah.
Sounded like he said, yep.
That would sure save me.
You know, Lloyd, you ever think about this? Where you get rid of one and you get two more.
Well, I don't have to sit up all night and watch the cameras too. A twist. Something about a twist.
The play.
The play? A play?
And now.
Jonathan? I can't do that. Huh. I keep saying help, but, can you tell us? Ooh, we got a new jingle. Helping her. I'm glad you're helping somebody. That's what we're trying to do also. Does anybody want to come through before we close up? I would. Okay, you can come through. What did he say? Sounded like he said Kramer's sister or something. I hope not. I've had it with the potty mouse. Does anybody else want to come through the portal? Specifically.
Stace, I have a question to pose.
Go for it.
I'm addressing any spirit out there to answer this question honestly and truthfully. A few weeks ago, Stacy started having dreams in which I was a part of those dreams. She and I were near an abandoned hospital, and we were some distance back in the woods. And we were being asked by a little girl, a child, to find her, and we came across mass graves. Stace, is that correct?
Absolutely.
And at which
Unmarked.
point, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Unmarked.
Unmarked mass graves. Is there something that we need to do to act on that to help the spirit of anyone cross over? Now, I notice you've gotten quiet all of a sudden. So apparently I have your attention. All I'm asking for is just an honest answer. Do we need to go look?
You do.
Okay. I guess it's a road trip in our future. And is it where Stacy thinks it is? A simple yes or no will be great, and I'd really appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was 2 yeses, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it is where you thought it was. Which doesn't surprise me. I mean, I've always trusted your ability with this, and it's never led us wrong. So, to the spirits that answered that question and to any others that gave thought and energy to it, I really appreciate you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
That was very kind. Well,
Wow. I mean, they're super quiet for that one.
yeah.
And I didn't even touch it.
They were listening.
Us. It said it's us.
Do you want us to come to you and try to help discover where it is that your resting place on this earth is at and bring attention to that?
If any of the children are out there that's
You know, Helen has a very good
been
point.
coming to us,
Yeah.
you can use my energy.
Helen said that may be why they're asking for help. Very good point.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I
A child.
If any of the kids are out there, you know what we're talking about, please come through.
Are you in a place in this plane of existence known as Louisville? Louisville, Kentucky.
He said, "Thank boy." Yeah, well, we are.
Waverly's just
We are.
outside of Louisville. The metro said the metro limit, so Stace, there's I mean, that's surrounded by a heavily wooded area, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Is there also another place in Kentucky where these children were cruelly murdered and buried with no names?
Unmarked graves.
Can somebody tell me? The people did kill us.
Her dress is moving against this.
Okay.
Or his dress, I'm sorry, or his clothing. I don't know that you call it a dress, but
Can you move the baby's arm for me? Yeah. Can you touch it for me now that I'm watching you? I'm not going to get mad. Can you just lift it up like this for me?
Can you turn the doll's head to look directly at Lloyd and say
He's not
something like
ready.
this? It's a wonderful day for an exorcism. Watch him fly out of that room. He will clear stage, the desk. He'll clear it all. You ain't never seen nobody like that jump. Not even in track in the Olympics.
That's great. It's an excellent day for an exorcism.
Yeah. Go somewhere else. No. Well, Stace, my mind is kind of heavy on this now. With we said last week that we would reveal what your dream is.
Absolutely.
So, if you want, let's put the camera back on you.
We'll do it.
And let's go ahead and talk about that.
Okay.
So, tell me about the dream, or tell everyone about the dream if you don't care.
Yeah, I've been, many, many times I've had dreams. And every time that let me turn this down.
Sure.
Every time that we look into them, it's usually for a good enough reason to check into them, if you know what I'm saying, without saying names or anything like that. So I started getting dreams again, and it's just little things that happen here and there. Of a little child, probably 5, could be 3 to 5. Who knows? I'm not sure, but she had something on like what these dolls have from the 1800s, the gowns.
Yeah.
And Chris and I were standing there, and she comes up and she gets both of our hands and holding them. And she says, "Help me." And I said, "How can we help you? I'm getting down on my knees. How can we help you?" And she just kind of looked down, and she had very red cheeks, and they were
I heard her.
And they were tear stained with dirt. Her little cheeks were tear stained with dirt. So bad that I wanted to try to wipe it off, but I couldn't. And she said, "Help me." She said, "They threw us away." And then at this time, we're like, "Okay, how can we help you?" And here I am, fighting tears. But it was either some kind of an orphanage situation or some type of an hospital situation where they were just thrown away. And it's more than one. And then you can see these places in the ground where they're buried. But somebody's murdered some kids and gotten away with it.
Jesus, that happened quite often, especially in Canada and places like that, where they tried to wipe out the entire history of the Native American tribes and the people who were in this country long before we ever came.
Right.
And that was in Canada too. I mean, it was, and it spread to here. But I don't know. I think that maybe we should look into it, because I think most of the people that died at Waverly, and don't get me wrong, I'm just saying most were adults, but I'm sure that there were children too. I mean, think about it. A mother and a father dies. What are they going to do with a kid?
I think, and I've even thought about whenever somebody's dug a fresh grave for another person, of them putting them in there and covering them up.
Right,
whatever it is, it's something that's happened. It's just been horrible and just been.
Grave sharing is not an uncommon thing. There was actually a serial killer that pulled that stunt some years ago. He would bury his victims in freshly dug graves. He would dig up the freshly dug graves, throw his victim in there, then cover it back up. As disgusting and as sickening as that sounds, and as sacrilegious, it happened. I do want to mention this, and I'd like for everybody to do this, if you could, to whatever God you serve or pray to, if you pray at all, or at least keep a kind thought for a missing 7-year-old and his family in Ohio. He's been missing since day before yesterday. Helen Prater brought us that. So please pray that this child is found safely. When you talk to me about a child, you instantly get my attention, or a senior citizen. You and I are very much alike on that. I look at senior citizens and the elderly as people who should be commended and should be respected because they've lived this life. And I think in their, if you want to call it their golden years, they should be respected, and they shouldn't have to choose between their damn medicine and groceries. They should have what they need. They've earned the right for the most part. And children Children are innocents. They are kids. They have, and yet, I got cop buddies and I've got social worker buddies that deal with this shit every day. Kids being abused, neglected. Um, they don't have enough to eat. We work at the apartment complex I manage. We've worked out a thing with Floyd County Schools, and through the summer months when the kids are out of school, they're going to be coming up here every weekday with lunches for the kids that are up here. Um, and don't get me wrong, all the people I've got up here, they're great parents. They do everything they can. But sometimes, you can try your best and it's still tough to make ends meet. So this will help with any child. Any child is eligible for it and it'll help. So I was all for that. I got on board with that like yesterday as soon as they called. He said, "Can we?" I said, "Oh, hell yeah. Just come on." And they're bringing me some stuff that I can buy. Anyways, what I'm saying is, people talk about sending money overseas, sending money
Better help at home.
for this cause and that cause. My dad used to have a saying, and it said, "Charity starts in your own backyard."
Yeah.
And I would much rather give what I could to some child to help his lunch or their lunch and breakfast at school or when they're out of school or something and do something like that. I don't know. But when you talk to me about some child taking our hands and saying, "Help us," the first thing I'm thinking of, where do we go? Where do we go? What do we have to do? I don't know what to do, but I'm going to take your lead and I'm going to use everything in my ability that God gave me to help
Oh, I've been looking into it.
any child. Have you found any information that you want to share
I'm
after
going
we're
to,
off air or?
not as of yet that's really worth anything.
Okay.
But all day tomorrow, I'm going to look into this.
Yeah.
Just a couple leads that I'm maybe.
Well, I've had this.
Yeah, I
feeling.
will fast. I will send everything to you that I get fast.
Well, I will. I've had this feeling, this tug, if you will, that something's coming.
Yeah.
We're going somewhere. We're going to be doing something. And I kind of had that. Well, no, I'm not kind of. I've had it since you've told me about it because I just can't shake it. I can't get it off my mind. To look down.
She almost reminds me of this.
If it's a kid period, it's done. If I can help, I'm going.
Yep. She
I'm
almost
going.
reminds me of that. Little dirty blonde curls and little dirty face.
Look like a little angel. You look like a little angel.
It bothered me for days. It's bothered me a lot.
Well, I guess once you find out where we need to go, we'll go. We'll do it. You and I, Lloyd, and maybe Faith.
We'll figure it out.
Faith is good with them drones. Because if there's something going on there, I want it documented. So we can show these people, but also so we can show everybody. Look, this is, and my guess is, and it's just a sickening feeling, that is not by far scratching the surface. There's so many more.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling I got.
Yeah.
Okay, so the gatherings are coming up Thursday night at 9:00. Good Lord willing. And of course, we'll have more of this and a whole lot more coming up. And Lloyd is actually going to dance the merengue with one of the dolls.
Nope.
No, he's real simple about this. He's no, it's not going to happen. But thanks for being on. Thanks for everything you do for everybody. And again, we want to talk to everybody about the HDT, the Haunted Doll Tour, which is, if you can make it to Bertha County, June 9th, 6 p.m. to the public library, please come.
Come and see us.
Yeah, because it's going to be a lot of fun, and we want to meet you guys. And I'm sure that Stace would love to ask questions. Nobody puts Lloyd in a corner. That's right. Nobody puts baby in a corner. We would love to be a part of it. And, the thing that a lot of people don't get, I'm sure, because I've been in several public speaking engagements, And people look to me like, well, what's the answer to this? What's the answer to that? Like anyone else, I learn as much from the people that come there as they could ever learn from me. I'm one person. And when you get a group of people together with different views, different opinions, different thoughts and ideas, you're bound to soak some of that stuff in. And inevitably, the person doing the speaking is going to learn more, be it Stace, be it me. And I learned so much from her. Like I said, all I am is a mouthpiece. I'm special effects. And I put the Little Dog and Pony show, the video and stuff together and make that stuff happen. But that's my gift. That's what I love to do. It's something I enjoy doing. But I want to see if I can make a bigger difference than that. Am I saying I want to become a paranormal investigator? I don't think I'm experienced enough for that. But I do know I have a keen interest in trying to help people if I can. Be it children, yes, that's exactly right. Christina says the teacher becomes the student. I feel this as a mama all the time. I agree, Christina. The teacher becomes the student. I taught motorcycle classes. For 9 years, I taught thousands of people how to ride 2 wheels, and a few people how to ride 3. I learned something from every class I taught, and I learned something to this day every time I get off of my bike. And if you don't learn something from every experience you have, you need to sit back and reconsider that experience because you probably missed something. I used to be reckless as hell. It was nothing for me to top 110, 120 mile an hour on one. These days, it's a little different. I'm a little bit slower, but I enjoy the ride a whole lot more. And, that's just the motorcycle thing. And I assume that blends over into life everywhere else. I'm sure Stace learns something new every time she goes out on an investigation. And I'm sure Lloyd learns something. That's what we are. That's who we are. We are supposed to learn things. Otherwise,
He'd never seen anything until I came along.
Do what, honey?
He'd never seen anything. Never knew anything about any of it until I came along. And then we went by a house, I think it was here in Lexington. And I told him what had happened at that house because I just saw everybody on the front porch, like a church gathering, with their plates full, eating on that front porch. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, that's where they used to get together and have after church meals and things. And he's like, what are you talking about?
Kind of blew his mind. It is. It's what a friend of mine years ago used to call a mind expansion headache. Because, everybody knows what a paradigm is. And if you don't, let me give you a real quick definition. A paradigm is your particular point of view on any given subject. And a paradigm shift occurs when not only your point of view changes, because your point of view can't change until your heart changes on something. And you look at something from a completely different side of the story. Now, what we see is 3 dimensions. You got time, you've got depth and distance and these things. But what if you added another dimension? I don't know if I can. Let me see. Yeah, I can. Let me give you an example. This will take just a second, I promise. Okay, so here I got a piece of paper. What is the shortest distance between point A and point B? Well, it's a straight line, right? Shortest distance.
Right.
Absolutely. We all agree it's a straight line? What if I were to do this? It's no longer a straight line, is it? It's your point of view. How do you look at things? People ask, and I've been gifted with a lot of compliments. You're a good leader. You're a good manager. I'm not a manager. I'm a leader. That's what I prefer to be. But in order to be an effective leader, there's a few things you got to do. Number one, you've got to open yourself to the possibilities that you're not right about everything. And I'm not. You got to open yourself to the possibilities that somebody else's point of view may be a better way to look at things. And you've got to be willing to adapt and overcome. And lastly, you lift other people up. J. Paul Getty once said, or maybe it was Dale Carnegie, that said, if I appear larger than life, it's because I stand on the shoulders of giants. You lift your people up, they lift you up. Stace will tell you, I would hope, I'm big on paying compliments. And when it's criticism, it's constructive and it's done in private. I accept constructive criticism, but I'm not tearing anybody down. I'd rather build them up. You don't
Absolutely.
ever look down on anybody unless you're giving them a hand up. Not a handout, a hand up. That was from my dad and mom. So, anyways, guys, thanks a lot for being here tonight. And I want to remind you that you're enough. Any crazy thoughts of doing something that you don't need to be, keep those. No, don't ever let those in. Never let those in. That's not of God.
No.
Keep the thoughts in your mind that things are going to get better. You're worth it. Speak it, claim it, and will it, and believe it. So, guys, see you Thursday. Lloyd, Stace, love you both. So
Love
glad to
you.
have you back, Lloyd.
Thanks.
We need to get together and work on them T-shirts. Hashtag Scared Lloyd, and right under it, comma Chris. So, and Stacy up there shaking her head, going, "Dear God, I got two of them to raise now."
Lord help me. That's okay.
Don't worry, you
I
call me
love
what
it.
you want. You just call me for lunch. So that's all you got to do. Soup and sandwiches are fine, guys. We all love you, and you
Love
are
you
worth.
guys.
Thank you for being here, and we will see you Thursday night at 9 p.m. Do me a favor and tell people about it. Get them to watch. Share this video on your Facebook pages. Somebody out there, you just never know. You could help somebody greatly, more greatly than you can imagine, just by saying, "Hey, you need to watch this." That's what we're here for. Stace, Lloyd, love you guys. Have a great night.
Love you too. See
And
you
as
later.
always, stay mysterious.